I collect my best ideas by reading, I think. I'm a pretty avid reader. I'm also an avid film watcher. I think, whenever I talk about making artwork or films, it's rooted in culture of some kind. So whether that be film, reading, podcasts, even now have a pretty big influence in my work. I'm just constantly sort of ingesting various forms of culture for my creative process because it always gives me ideas and it gives me a sort of like something to work off of. The main barrier for my creative process, I would say, is that I don't get enough time in the studio, just from various commitments that I have with my job and things like that. I do think that's a really common struggle among artists. I think it's usually the struggles are time and money for artists, but maybe that's just my cohort. I consider the audience and how they sort of play into my work or how they view my work. I and it's one of the actually pretty interesting things about like doing film that's new to me in the sense that there's to a certain extent when you're making visual art, you can make it sort of with some sort of understanding of what the viewer is going to do, but put it out there and there's this sort of blanket acceptance of it being art. And filmmaking is different than that. You know what I mean? Like there's certain standards and certain sort of techniques and ways of producing film that I think are important to not only the history of filmmaking, but also sort of the culture and how viewers see film.